But first, let's start with Anna Sale, reporter for our partner WNYC's itsafreecountry.org. Anna traveled to South Carolina to ask Republican voters what's on their minds.
How do you identify religiously?
Protestant.
I believe as a Christian that I should support someone who is most likely to reflect that, whose God is most likely to bless.
Do you have any reservations about Mitt Romney being Mormon?
I do, because I am a Christian, and so that is very important to me.
Mitt Romney is Mormon, and I've heard some voters voice concerns about that. Do you share that concern?
We share that concern.
Is Obama a Muslim? Is Obama from Africa? Did John McCain have an illegitimate black child 10 years ago? Yes, of course. That stuff plays a little bit better here than other places because we do have such an intellectually incurious electorate.
There are a lot of conservatives here. It's definitely a Republican state, mostly. Certain crowds you talk to, you got to talk their language. So the Bible, conservatism,
White, black, green, it doesn't matter to me. I want someone, female, male. I don't care if they're Muslim or not. If they can do the job and they have some good ideas that they know how to put into action and they understand international politics, I'm all for it.
I'm sure during this election you're going to hear about a lot about how you're not better off than you were 3 years ago, and I don't think my family is, or a lot of people in the state are, or in the country.
I went to hear Mitt Romney speak, and I went to hear John Huntsman speak. I actually enjoyed hearing John Huntsman. I listened to Mitt Romney. I didn't really feel like he said anything at all.
There really wasn't a good consensus of what he stood for or what any of the candidates really stood for, other than attacking each other and attacking President Obama.
We're looking at an unemployment rate that's still above 8%, 35 months after the stimulus, which was supposed to keep the unemployment rate below 8%. And that's a critical number for a lot of people who are like, wait a minute, you promised us, a better economy. You just didn't deliver on it.
If he's going to beat Obama, I will vote for him.
And that's what you're looking for in this debate tonight?
I'm looking for someone who's going to beat Obama.
Now, Anna, you've been to Iowa, you've been to New Hampshire, you've covered all of these primaries. What's the mood like in South Carolina?
In South Carolina, very different from New Hampshire and Iowa, and what it comes from, I believe, is this absolutely visceral desire to defeat Barack Obama. And so where there were a lot of independents in New Hampshire looking at, the policies, and you had town hall meetings, people asking about European debt, and that sort of thing, in South Carolina, the conversation was about who can defeat Barack Obama and who reflects my values. I heard a lot more from social conservative voters about religion, about trying to make sure that their candidate was the candidate that was going to vote their values. And so I actually didn't run into that many folks who were enthusiastically behind Mitt Romney. That was similar in New Hampshire. People who decided to support Mitt Romney weren't totally enthusiastic about it, but I heard a lot of other folks were talking about Rick Perry, Newt Gingrich, Rick Santorum. The Ron Paul factor was not present at all in South Carolina and the voters I talked to, but a real passion for getting Barack Obama out of the White House. This is, after all, the first very red state that we're having a primary in.